Let's head to the north now. Israel fighting on two fronts. For 8 days, it's pounded the Gaza Strip, dropping thousands of bombs on the already besieged enclave. And now confrontations have escalated on its northern border with Lebanon. At least one Israeli has been killed and 3 wounded after Hezbollah said it targeted a military post near the border in a missile attack. In response, the Israeli army has shelled Lebanon's border and set up a 4-kilometre-long buffer zone. Let's join our correspondent Ali Hashim, who's at the Aita Ashab in Lebanon. So, Ali, tell us more about what's been happening. I understand there's some activity now.
Well, we are currently on the road between Aita Ashab and Al Mashab, which is a long road. Today witnessed 5 attacks from the Lebanese side on the Israeli side. And now we can see a lot of retaliation going on. We can hear that very, very clearly, especially in this area. Especially in this, I think you can hear the sounds maybe of the explosions.
We certainly can. Yes, it's coming through loud and clear.
I think there are right now rockets being launched from Lebanon towards Israel.
And Ali, this is all part of the tit for tat that's going on. Israel does one thing, Hezbollah does another. Is that right?
Well, in fact, today, as I said, there were 5 attacks. Israelis were retaliating, Hezbollah then retaliating to the retaliation. Escalation. Situation is escalating gradually but direly because, I mean, over the past 7 days, there were attacks, but this is the first day that we see this amount of attacks happening. And at the same time, while there is an Israeli killed in Shatula, as reported, now we're hearing that the 5th Hezbollah attack, when Hezbollah attacked an Israeli military vehicle near Hanita on the Israeli side, there are 5 casualties. Now, we don't know if they're killed or injured, but at least these are the initial reports. On the Lebanese side today, there is 1 injured, but the exchange is intensifying in a way, whereas everyone is currently concerned to what extent this is going to slide into the bigger conflict. You know, the situation here is too much linked. I mean, it's organically linked to what's happening in Gaza. But first of all, it was kind of analyzed that this is just an adjacent or a kind of an attempt to relieve the pressure from Gaza. But right now, with the intensification, with the intensified attacks from the Lebanese side, and the retaliation from the Israeli side, it seems this is getting out of control gradually. Now, we're talking about after 7 days of exchanges, 13 were killed on the Lebanese side, 5 from Hezbollah, 3 from Hamas, 2 from Islamic Jihad. Most importantly, 3 civilians, including one of our colleagues, Isam al-Abdullah, who was killed day before yesterday. Things are kind of not being controlled anymore. And that's why we're seeing even the diplomatic attempts to try isolate this situation in Lebanon, to try to contain this situation in Lebanon. Iranian foreign minister, then some links and attempts to discuss the way how to contain Lebanon's situation. But it seems that the more the days are passing and the more these attacks are happening and the retaliation is taking place, the more things are getting out of control. So today, as I said, just 5 attacks in 1 day. And these attacks are linked to each other. They're not, I mean, each one was a retaliation to the another.
Right, right.
And
so if things are escalating now...
the first attack that Hezbollah launched was part of a retaliation.
Yeah, if things are escalating now, and this is before any ground invasion, yes. What about if and when that happens? Do we anticipate this to escalate further where you are on this northern border?
Well, clearly, the tension on the northern borders of this, or my southern borders, is kind of limited to this line, to the 120 kilometers of border between Lebanon and Israel. But in case things went to a different situation, especially with respect to Gaza, we've not seen yet Hezbollah launching missiles towards cities in Israel. And this could be a very huge development, because this would mean taking the whole confrontation into a different perspective, into the different dimension. So this is still not, we're not there yet, but in case things deteriorate to this situation, then we're going to see rockets being launched from Lebanon towards Israeli cities. We're going to see Israeli airstrikes on Lebanese cities, and things actually will go into a war, a real war. And if Hezbollah is into this war, then we're talking about a semi-regional war. That's the least to say.
All right, Ali, we'll leave it there for the moment. Ali Hashim, thanks very much indeed. There on the northern border of Lebanon and Israel. First day, Ali was saying that rockets have been seen on this scale in the past week since that attack of last Saturday week.